Hi there. You're going to love the stats this week. You wouldn't believe what's going on, and I'm just so excited about them, so don't go away. So what a week it's been this week. It really has been quite amazing. In fact, I must admit, I've been working flat out on masterclasslessons.com and getting a lot of great material up there on domain monetization. If you haven't been there, make sure you go there, register, and you can get access to it all. It's free of charge, and it's just one of my ways of contributing back to the domaining community. Like, for heaven's sakes, this industry is incredible. It's done so much for me, so it can do. Hopefully you'll find those videos really valuable in your own business and what you're trying to achieve for you and your family. But in the meantime, what's going on this week? Like this past week has been, I feel like it's been a blur of just so much been happening, and we're seeing like it's just one record day after another, after another, after another. And you'll be able to see it in the stats coming up. Some pretty amazing things are happening there, and it's really quite exciting. Like typically, I look towards this time of year as a time to sort of recuperate, relax a little bit, even though it's in the southern hemisphere and the weather's not too good. But the northern hemisphere is normally out there playing, but some things happened this year, and I think it's to do with COVID, which brings up a point. If you know of any loved ones, or if you personally have been like really impacted by COVID, my thoughts and prayers are with you. It's a terrible thing. Like I've seen some of the stats coming from around the world, and it's just horrific. And I know there's some domain investors have really been impacted by it too. So without saying any more on that topic, because it is a terrible, tragic situation, let's take a look at the domain industry report. This is the thing we've come to take a look at. So this is week 20. I can't believe I've done 20 of these so far. So I've got some feedback from some of the comments on YouTube. By the way, if you haven't commented, please do so. It really means a lot to me. So please comment. Some of the comments on YouTube was, can we take a look at a little bit more of what's going on the revenue side? Is it trending upwards, downwards, sideways, all that sort of stuff? And so I've done this, and I did the first go at it. I did the revenue for today versus the average of the previous 28 days. And that just didn't work out well, because you had the cyclical weekly sort of event of the weekend and all that sort of stuff. So then I took a look at, why don't we look at, in this chart, the average of today versus the average of the 4 previous weekdays of that. So if it's a Monday, you're looking at the 4 previous Mondays and comparing it to that and see what's happened. So we can see what's occurring right here now. So it went upwards in March and then fell away. We got some volatility happening there in April, like really spiky all over the place. And then it sort of becomes flat, and then we're trending up again. So we're heading upwards. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that trend continues. But I hope that's useful for you, for those of you who have asked for that chart. And please feel free to ask for charts in the comments or something like that on my blog or YouTube. And don't forget to like. Just got to click. It's not hard. Just click like the video. That'd be great. It gives me YouTube juice. But anyway. Okay, so let's take a look at the next chart. This is looking at the normalized RPM and the RPM, and you can see, look at that curve. It is firmly established at the end there. It's really surging upwards. And I don't know how high it's going to go. Obviously, it can't keep on going up like this. It can't do that forever, but it's good. So it's going to be interesting to see how far that goes. But look. Man, if you could have bought domains a couple of weeks ago, a portfolio of domains or something like that, and you'd be looking at yourself saying you're a genius because you're paying them back so fast now. Now, and if we keep on going, EPC and CTR, this is an interesting one. They always do that counter-cyclical dance. But take a look at it. We can see it a bit better on this. If you look, it's pretty well being split down the middle, but now there's a trend upwards. The CTR is dragging the EPC upwards. And that's a breakout situation. Let me tell you, that is completely different compared to normal. To have something like that happening where the CTR really breaks out in this way without a decline. If the CTR goes up, normally there's a decline in the EPC. That doesn't occur. If you look now, the average of those two lines is swung around upwards. And something fundamental has happened here, something very different compared to normal, and it's being reflected in particularly the CTR, not so much the EPC, but people are clicking more, or somehow it's being recorded more. So that's an interesting scenario, what's happening there. So let's take a look at the volatility index. This is the overall one, percentage change in normalized RPM. And you can see just down there, if you look at this area here, that's what we're interested in. It is swung way upwards, way upwards. And that's great news for domain investors. Now, this is the percentage of revenue that's been split between between Google and also direct advertisers. Direct advertisers took a step down. I thought that I was like really hoping that they would step up, but they haven't. They've stepped down. So Google is being very aggressive. But, and there's a big but here. Check this out. This is the traffic split. So in other words, advertisers, it's almost like direct advertisers have got smarter by paying less for more traffic, and Google's paying more for less traffic. So it's a really interesting conundrum here, and I must admit I don't know what's going on here. I really don't, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this tussle between these essentially the direct advertisers as a big group and against Google. So that's going to unfold in the weeks ahead. So now the graph I love. This is the graph I just love taking a look at. Look at that blue line there. Oh, wow. Like that blue line is just leaping upwards. Look at that. It's just going right up here. I have not seen something like that before. Not that steep and that, like, look how quicker that's been. And I put a fifth order a polynomial trend line on here to see if we can get those curves a bit better. And you can see the direct advertisers are being hammered on normalized RPM. There's obviously, which is a real shame, and the Google is digging the boots in. I'm not sure what this is going to do for all the cases around the world with Google's monopolistic sort of predatory practices. I really don't know, but wow, that chart there is just stunning. It is stunning. I don't know how far it's just going to keep on going, and what's going on there. So, but anyway, so let's zoom in on this and let's put a straight line, a straight line trend line. And you can see there, Google's going up, direct advertisers going down. Does that mean direct advertisers aren't worthwhile? No, they are worthwhile. Like, still they're paying close to 30% of the revenue. So they are definitely worthwhile in the mix. If you don't have those, you're really missing out. So now this chart says it all. If we look at this chart, and let's see if I can get my cursor over here. If we look at this chart here, then Google's just ramping, and direct advertisers have really got some volatility. Volatility tends to mean that the direct advertising networks have lost quite a number of advertisers, and so it becomes a lot feast or famine. There's not that depth of direct advertisers, which then bolsters everything upwards. Yeah, so it's an interesting tussle. And I really hope the direct advertisers come good there. But yeah, so it is amazing, like, to see this data. Look, I hope you like seeing this data. I enjoyed putting it together, and we have interesting discussions internally at ParkLogic about it, what's going on, and all that sort of stuff. And and how can we take advantage of these movements on behalf of clients. There's all those sort of things that we've been working on. But the thing I hope is that it's valuable for you, the viewer. So don't forget, please subscribe, like, and leave comments, ask questions, do all those sort of things. And don't forget, go to masterclasslessons.com. I've spent a lot of time, there's nearly 2.5 hours of footage on numbers of lessons of what does it mean to really come to grips with domain monetization. And I plan to add more to that, and we're going to be doing a lot more things in masterclasslessons.com. So whatever you do, go there. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's update. Thanks a lot for that. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video and you find them really valuable for your business and helping you make better decisions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or pass the video on to your friends. Anyway, thanks a lot for that. Have a great day. Bye.